Amos chapter 5 verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Yeah, it's not going to be light for you, man. When you desire the day of the Lord and you ain't did nothing he told you to do, what do you desire that day for? What's your end going to be? You ain't do nothing the Lord told you to do. Like your daddy come home, your daddy told you to wash some dishes, and you ain't do nothing he said. You ain't happy when you hear that knock on that door, man, because you ain't do what he said. It's a judgment for everything you do out here, man. You reap what you sow, man.
Verse 19. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him.
Yeah. So it's no escape from the judgment of YAHAWASHI in that day, man. And what end is it for you? If you're not doing what the Lord told you to do, what end is it for you, man? The Lord says there's going to be many that come to him and saying, Lord, Lord, man. He's going to say, I knew you not, because you ain't do nothing he told you to do.
Yeah. This is verse 20. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, no brightness in it?
Yeah. So it ain't gonna be no mercy in that day, man. The mercy is opened up to you now, man. And all of these people, including 2/3 of our own people, who desire to go about this world and live however you want to live, without regarding the law of YAHAWASHI, you have to pay for that, man. And we simply called out here to tell you that's a price for it, man. You should do it or don't. You said call me Jesus freaks, man.
This is Revelation chapter 9 verse 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, neither any green thing, neither any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of Yahawah in their foreheads.
So if you ain't on the side of YAHAWASHI, there's no light for you, man. That day is not light for you. You've indulged in all of the lust and of the flesh in Babylon. You've lived deliciously like a Babylonian. There's not going to be any light in that day for you, man. For you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you were chosen from the foundation, man. Whether you like it or not, you have a responsibility. That's why in Ezekiel it said the Lord knew what was in your mind, that you would join yourself unto the heathen. You got to pay for that too. You're going to die like a heathen, man. That's a dishonorable discharge, man. You got a question? You got a question? Oh, this is not a religion. This is a heritage. It's the Bible, but it's not a religion. It's a heritage. The Bible has prophecies, history. No, we're not reenacting. We're not playing up here. Yeah, man, it's not a game, but see, that's what show you that the Christians have perverted the scriptures, man. Right. Because every time they see a Bible, they automatically think religion. Right. Because they have this already preconceived notion of what the Bible says in it because of what these Christians done did to the doctrine of YAHAWASHI. Completely perverted the Lord's doctrine. That's a judgment for that too, man. You put that book in your hand, man, you better know what come with it, man.
Let's go back to what you said about the heathen and being counted as a heathen. This is Matthew chapter 18 verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man and as a publican.
And then on every corner where you got Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and their descendants preaching this word, man, you are being amongst the church, man. That's why I say keep that foot when you go into the house of the Lord, man. Because every brother around you is a brick in the house of YAHAWASHI. These are considered altars, the house of the Lord. And if you won't hear this word, if you pass by and you throw this word behind you, then you're counted as a heathen. So
Right.
2/3 of our people gonna get cut down because of that, man. Because spiritually you've made yourself a heathen, man.
Let's go into what you say. This is Psalms chapter 50, verse 16. But woe unto the wicked, the Most High saith, who hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hateth instructions and casteth my words behind thee.
And that's the point. Because you put the book in your hand, you speak about the covenant that the Lord got and that he coming with, but you put his instructions behind you, man. That's a perversion of the Lord's word, man. And it's a serious offense, man. That's a very serious, disgusting offense, man.
I can say this too, they do the same thing in the courthouses, man.
Yeah,
they make you swear in on the Bible, throw it behind them, and judge you out of a whole nother book.
Yeah. They make you tell the truth on the scriptures, and then they give you all these unjust judgments.
Penal codes, right?
Yeah. 60 years in prison. 3 years of parole. Probation, where you gotta pay somebody 3-4 years and piss in the cup. Where's that in the scriptures? Why am I even swearing on the Bible if y'all ain't gonna listen to the Bible, man? That's unrighteousness, man. But the funny thing is, the moment you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans start standing up for something, it's a problem, man. And that's biblical. That's prophecy, man. It said when the spirit rose up in them and they stood on their feet, the nations were so afraid, man. Spiritually, they see what's going on, man. But because the world is covered in darkness, they don't understand it. They have no understanding of it, man. Righteousness is coming back, man. Righteousness is coming back. Integrity is being established again, man. The tabernacles of David is being established. And all this wicked judgment is about to be cast, and it's going to be a thing of the past, man. This shit going to be like a dream.
It's Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light shine. Verse 16. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
And that's the point. That's why we come out here, man. We're supposed to be a light unto the world, man. They tell you, look, this is who you are according to the scriptures. This is true. This is not true. This is just. This is not just. Matthew 10 and 24.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 24. Matthew chapter 10, verse 24. Read.
You know what, start at Matthew 10:19. Since you talked about the light.
This is Matthew chapter 3, verse 19.
John 3:19. I'm sorry. But the light that we've been given, the Lord commanded us to let it shine on the hill, man. And there's a reason that we're supposed to do that. Because when the YAHAWASHI came on the earth, he said that men no longer have a cloak for their sins, man. So we were commanded to come out here. So when the people see the light, they can either acknowledge it or cast it behind it. But they no longer have a cloak for their sins anymore.
This is John chapter 3, verse 19. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world. And men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Exactly. Their deeds were evil. Now, if you could do everything, anything you want, and that's what Yahawashi died for, why would he say man's deeds are evil? There's no distinguishing if you can do whatever you want to do, man. This light is giving you a strict standard to live by. You're not going to do it perfectly, but you now understand the will of Yahawashi. We are responsible to come out here and say, no, the Lord didn't die so men could live however they want to live. That no, the same Lord in the Old Testament is still the Lord, the same person in the New Testament. He's still Al-Shadia, man. It ain't changed, man. The world is going to figure that out in a huge way, man. They're going to see judgment in a huge way.
Verse 20, for everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
And that's why people scatter like roaches, man. When this light start coming out and the truth start coming out, and you start inquiring about what these people actually believe in, they start to scatter like roaches, man. Because they heart full of darkness, man. They only desire the deeds of the flesh.
Appreciate it. This is
verse 21. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, and his deeds may be made manifest that they were wrought in Yahweh.
Yeah, because we're not perfect, man. But we willing to acknowledge that the life we were living before this was, excuse my French, it was a fucked up life. And it was a life outside of a standard, particularly the standard of Yahawashi. That the Lord has established in us the spirit to come back in humility and say, look, man, we ain't right. But to the best of our ability, we gonna try, man. This is a beautiful heritage to have, man. And if it wasn't so beautiful, they wouldn't have tried to take it from you, man. They wouldn't fight so hard for you to not know this, man. Because this standard was given to us so it could show the wisdom of Yahawashi through us, man.
put it on there.
That's a sacred office, man, an honorable office, man.
This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11. And have no fellowship with the unfaithful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
Yeah, because only Yahawashi knows what goes on behind these closed doors. You got down low Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans pretending to be a straight man and going behind the doors doing funny style stuff, man. You got pedophilia going on. You got unrighteous decrees.
It should be right there.
You got all of these things that's going on, man. The Lord told us to rebuke it, man. He said, who will stand up for me against the evil ones, so to speak, the workers of iniquity, man? Who gonna stand up and say that's wrong, man?
This is on Ephesians chapter 11, verse 13. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth make manifest is light.
Yeah. So the Lord puts a light on all of this. That's why the Lord going through all of these trials and tribulations, man. He's going through all of these. He putting us through all of this stuff, man. To prove us, man. To reprove us. To be a son of Yahawashi is a beautiful service, man. And everybody ain't blessed with that. Not even of the children of Israel, man. You got 2/3 of our people that's just not gonna make it out of here, man. Right. They gonna look at I always say this, man. Eternity is a long time to think about how you conducted yourself here, man. All of the gold and the jewels and everything that the Lord give us ain't gonna mean nothing if in your conscience you still dealing with the way you conducted yourself here. How you treated the truth when you got it. Eternity is a long time to think about that, man. That's like that one fight where you got beat up and you just always thinking about the one punch you could have threw that would have saved your whole dignity. You know, everybody done had their little rustles and tussles, and when you take that L, you be thinking your pride be hurt, man. You be thinking about, man, if I'd have just threw that wild ass right hand, man, I don't know. If I threw that wild card, eternity is a long time to think about that, man. how you could have spiritually did the right thing and you didn't, man. That's why it's a glorious honor to have this truth right now in these last seconds of this kingdom. To be able to watch it fall. Because our forefathers, our ancient forefathers wanted to see this day, man. If any of you brothers can find that where it said they desired to see this day and have not seen it. Because the righteous men, they desired to see the justice, man. They desired to see the wicked be punished for what they've done, man. You read about Edris, man. Edris was itching to see the judgment, man. Why all of these people partaking in our inheritance, man? When we gonna get a chance? When we gonna get up next? When YAHAWASHI died and came back, the disciples say, hey, you gonna give us the kingdom now? You gonna establish it now? Because they wanted that kingdom, man. They wanted the rulership, man.
This is Job. Oh, I didn't know. This is Job chapter 24, verse 12. Men groan from out of the city, and the soul of the wounded crieth out. Yet Yahweh layeth not folly to them. They are those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof.
So the majority of this world is not abiding in the light and understanding of YAHAWASHI, which means that they're not abiding in goodness. They're not abiding in righteousness. They're not abiding in integrity, man. This whole backbiting society, man, kill dog eat dog world, man, is all wicked and unrighteous, man. And somebody's got to manage the world. They didn't have a problem with the so-called white man managing it poorly, spilling oil all in the oceans, extinct animals. They didn't have a problem with that. Well, the Lord will put righteousness up there, man, whether you like it or not. And whether you like it or not, the righteous are the people that you despise the most. Our forefathers desired to see this, man. Even though it's vexing, man, our forefathers desired to be in a front row seat, seeing the destruction of our enemies, man. Right. Remember the daughter of Edom. We about to watch Edom get her judgment, man. That's thousands of years in the making, man. You got to think about the Babylonians coming in with the children of Edom, betraying us, man.
This is Psalms chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Yeah, man, and that's what we out here on the corners groaning, man. Lord, can you give us justice? We know we did what we did was wrong, which is why we have to have faith and patience. Because at the end of the day, we put ourselves in this position. The Lord didn't blow it, we blew it. The Lord ain't no bully, man. He didn't put us in this position to bully us. We put ourselves here, man. That's why in Lamentations it tell you to sit quietly, man. That the Lord is not gonna cast off forever, man. Because we born this situation on ourselves, man. And you still born in it today. All kind of adultery gonna go on tonight, man. Shalom. All kind of adultery gonna go on tonight, man. All kind of dudes gonna be out here sleeping with somebody else's wife, man. Somebody gonna be out here stealing, plotting to kill somebody, showing hatred towards their brother. All kind of wickedness gonna go on tonight, man.
Oh, I gotta preach that real quick. This is the song of the three holy children. And thou didst deliver us into the hands of lawless enemies, most hateful forsakers of the Most High, and to an unjust king, and the most wicked in all the world.
And that's what the Lord did. He set up over us the basis of men, man. The Lord set up over us the worst of the worst, man. And you can tell it's the worst of the worst because look at the condition of the earth, man. Don't nobody have a problem with the way the world being ran right now. Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans just happy to buy J's and go to the club on Fridays and Saturdays. That's why the Lord says, is Jacob a homeborn slave, man? As long as you give him a little crumb, he's straight, man.
We'll jump down to 14, where it says, this is the song of the three holy children. It says, verse 14, for we, O Lord, are become less than any nation, and be kept under this day in all the world because of our sins.
And any other nation would be in an uproar over their position in this world if they were in our shoes. There wouldn't be no protests and picket signs if it was any other nation getting oppressed like this, man. If Esau was getting oppressed like this, Esau would shoot it out, man. Esau not gonna just settle and buy some J's and go to the club on Saturday like ain't shit going on. That's why the Lord asks, are we a homeborn slave, man? Because you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans don't want justice. We want it. And the Lord and many righteous men desire this day, man. See Esau kingdom crumble slowly. The money getting funny. He running out of bullets. Now he gotta depend on whatever spirituality he don't got. Many prophets desired this, man. Job, Jeremiah, Esdras. We got forefathers, man. Our heritage desired to see justice. That's why this is an exciting time, man.
That's RAIB chapter 21.
This is an exciting time, man. Because even though we go through our own battles on the day-to-day, bro, as a nation of people, we're being avenged slowly but surely, man. Slowly but surely, man. It says somewhere in Psalms that surely your eyes shall see the reward of the wicked, man. We're witnessing that, man. This place is crumbling. They money all funny. Dollar dropping like hotcakes, man. They gotta shoot it out everywhere they go, man. It's a reason they out here having all these wars, man, because that dollar falling, man. You got China and Russia trying to go around that petrodollar, man.
BRICS.
Yeah.
Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
You got the Shanghai Corporation, where they all trying to exclude and get around this Western hegemon, man. They trying to get around all of this, man. The reason that Esau got to fight these battles is because so many nations got so many dollar bills, and we don't have nothing to back it. That if something replaced it and they dump those dollars in the system, your dollar's not worth shit instantly, man. They say China got like $7 trillion, man. If they dump all of them dollars in the market, your dollar's not worth shit no more.
They got more than that. They got 200 trillion. They got $200 trillion in American
well,
debt.
They said that they got 7.2 in cash. So if all these nations start dumping that dollar, your dollar not worth nothing no more. If they go around you to get that oil, it's not worth nothing no more. That's why they gotta fight, man. It ain't like it's a choice. It ain't about no terrorists. It's about money. It's always about money.
And they did the same thing down in Iraq with Saddam Hussein. He didn't want to accept the U.S. currency.
He was going to use euros, man.
Right.
He said he was going to start accepting euros for that oil. And a week after their invasion, they put it back on that petrodollar. Because it's all about making that dollar work, man. Because if they stop fighting for that dollar and somebody else get the world reserve currency, it's a wrap, man. Because when you print money out of thin air, it's only as valuable as the scarcity. And the Lord is doing this, and it's a slow, painful battle, man. And that's why they said that the righteous men will go desire to see this. Get up the street, man.
They're preaching the message. Their message.
We trying to tell Negroes, Latinos they're the greatest people, and she hitting the club, man. We trying to tell Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans they're the greatest people on the planet Earth.
But you got on a white dress.
Yeah.
You make no sense. You got weave in your hair.
You're spending the white man money right now.
Yeah.
Hey, you put white woman's hair in your head. How about you get with your sisters and wear that natural hair?
Hello, bro.
Why are you self-righteous?
Don't you ever
Why are
be
you
like
self-righteous?
a bitch.
No, why are you self-righteous?
We didn't say nothing to y'all.
Exactly. You're self-righteous.
We didn't say nothing to y'all. Y'all said we was cool.
No question.
Yeah.
No, I did not say that.
No.
Yeah.
Black woman made every other woman.
I said when y'all
Okay. Black woman made every other woman. We could wear straight hair if we want to.
That's
Goodbye.
You don't fight with girls. You don't ever fight with girls.
Ain't nobody fighting.
They responding to what you
But
said.
we gonna speak our piece, man.
No,
if y'all want to have a
that's
civil
irrelevant.
conversation, we can do that.
Stoop down to another level.
Why is this a white man religion?
They don't know. They don't know,
I just
man.
want to know what it was preaching.
Well, and I tried to speak to you. I'm trying to dialogue with you now. If we can have a civil conversation, let's have one. But if we
I'm gonna
can't,
have one.
if we
I'm
can't,
gonna have one.
then
But
let's
check your
just.
brother over there. He was wrong.
All right.
Don't
all
stoop
right.
down to a sister.
All right.
Don't stoop down, never.
Listen, we having a conversation, right?
I am.
We having a conversation,
I am.
right? All right, so
I
let's
am.
dialogue.
Let's
If we
dialogue.
can't handle it civilly, then let's just go ahead and part our ways. It don't make no sense for us to be arguing in front of all these nations.
Either way, it works good with me. I'm just saying, don't have your brother check your
Okay,
crew.
okay.
Do not stoop down to nobody.
Then if we
I
offended,
appreciate y'all
Your
down
friend
here,
did
but
it first though.
Look,
She said this is a white man's
it don't
religion.
matter. Are you defending?
so let's
what?
dialogue. Let's dialogue. Let's dialogue.
Does that mean
Let's dialogue. Let's dialogue. Why do you believe that? Let's dialogue. Why do you believe that?
No, wait. Let's address this first. Let's address this first.
We're not gonna have a conversation about the subject matter. Then there's no use in talking about it.
Let's talk about what has already been speaking verbally, whatever. So she wears weave. She's wearing white. What's the problem?
Why don't you start off with what she said?
No, what you
Why are
said.
you still talking off what she said?
No, I want to hear. What you saying?
She said it's a white man's religion.
Yeah.
She said we
All
should
right,
go
so come talk about why you believe that. What makes you think that?
What difference does it make?
You should be able to back that up.
Took your land and took your freedom, and all you
If
have
one
is
woman
Jesus.
came up and hit
Like,
her
what?
mouth, then she would fight her back. But we're not supposed to say nothing to
You're
her.
the man, though.
It don't
The
matter.
head.
What does it
It
matter?
does matter. You are the man. Black
Not
men
this.
are the man, period. I don't care what they straight up and down. No. I'm not arguing that. You never fucking check a woman unless you check her correctly.
It's all about
Period. I don't care what you
They here about controversy.
That's period.
It ain't about
Don't
edification.
ever
It's about
come check
controversy.
no, you can't
So we're not gonna have no conversation. Go ahead, Arthur.
Wait, you can speak.
I know the truth.
Why does it matter?
Thank you very much.
That you address them the way that you did, where you pinpointed what errors of the ways. Why does it matter?
Why doesn't it matter to you? Because first of all, she's a human. If you want respect, give it. So if you come at me in a mean way, I'm gonna come at you the same way. If y'all in the club, and a woman can push her, and she gonna be like, oh, I shouldn't push her because she gonna push her back. Right?
You're here and you're gathering.
That's not my point.
Wait, if you're here and
See,
you're
man, that's what it's
gathering, you know
about.
more than the rest of us.
That's not my point.
That's
Yo, Ak, if you want to say something, you gotta address the speaker, man. That's all. Yo, it's all right, man.
I gotta let him speak.
Gotta stay in order.
so. If you got a question, you want to know what the problem is with her.
What I heard was you say she has weave on, she's wearing white, so almost like she's not
Well,
that
outside of the white situation, there's nothing wrong. Well, we're trying to tell her. No. Let me finish my statement. Now, according to the scriptures, there's a reason why I wouldn't have to do that. The Lord prophesied that if our nation was going to continue in wickedness, that He was going to put a scab on the hair of our women, and they weren't going to be able to grow long hair like that. That's in the scriptures. Did you know that?
That's fine, but my thing is, he said she's wearing weave anyway, as in, like, dismiss her. She's not relevant because she's wearing weave.
Because there's a reason. There's a reason. Because the daughters of Zion are the most beautiful women on the planet Earth.
The which?
The Negroes, Latinos, and Native American women, you're one nation. Above all nations, that means that you're the #1 woman on the planet.
That's fine, but why do you call her out for her weave?
Because what we're saying, first of all, is that according to the curses, there's a reason for that. And second of all, you're the most beautiful woman. You're supposed to set an example. They should want to have
It's not like he was
your
calling her beautiful. It's not like he was dogging her, like he was trashing her.
because she has no understanding of who she is. If
That's
she
not
knew
going to
who she
help her
was-
understand who she is.
So if it's not about having a dialogue about the opinion, then let's
You
just-
weren't. There wasn't dialogue. That's my point. Like there wasn't dialogue. You're talking.
Because if you
she has
come
weave on.
disrespectful, you don't get that.
Okay, then you guys shouldn't be here.
We know.
Then you guys shouldn't be
we
here.
got a right to be
You know where I
wherever we
come from?
wanna
You know where we come from? A Seventh-day Adventist religion. Okay, so you don't.
doesn't mean nothing.
It does mean something.
It don't mean
You can. No, it does mean something.
You a Christian that keep the Sabbath.
Okay, as a human being, you have to learn about approach. You don't talk to someone like
Did you
that.
check your woman or her approach?
She's not my woman. She's not my woman.
But she with you, right? She
No,
representing
she's not.
you, right?
She's an individual.
You over here defending her.
You're evangelizing here, and I'm telling you that it's wrong. It doesn't make any
You're not in the place
sense.
to evangelize me.
I'm not in the place.
You said let the woman learn
I'm
the
not.
silence. Did you read that in your book?
You're better than me?
I didn't say that. I asked you if you read that in your book or not.
What book? I didn't reference a book. You referenced a book.
You said you're Seventh-day Adventist.
I was. I said where we came from.
What are we talking about?
You're not a man.
What are we talking about?
You're not a man yet. You don't know yourself. How can you preach something if you don't even know yourself yet?
You don't have the authority to
No.
call
Who gave you authority, honey? Who gave you authority?
Good night, boo. Good night.
Who gave you authority?
One love, peace and
Why you
blessings.
in my face?
No, I'm
Always.
asking you. I'm asking you. Who gave you authority?
Why are you in my face?
You're a human being.
Get out his face,
You
girl.
were
Get out
born
his
here.
face.
You were born
Cause
here.
he throw some blows,
and you
honey. We
picked
gonna throw
one
some
thing
blows.
that you believed in.
Let's go. Let's go.
And then you're running
Let's
with
go.
it, honey.
I don't know what
It
they're
ain't nothing there. There's no truth.
Peace.
There's no truth.
Let's go.
Are you self-righteous? Are you better than me?
Let's go.
Are you better than us?
No, they're the
You don't know who you are yet. All you know is what they taught you. Am I wrong?
I got a scripture for you.
Tell me a scripture. Tell me a scripture from this book that someone gave you. Tell me. You were born and someone gave you the apothecary pill. Someone gave you the book, and now you know you can teach me the book that someone else gave you. Tell me. Tell me what I can't read myself.
I'm gonna just read the scripture.
Tell me. Just read the scripture.
This is Sirach chapter 11, verse 7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth.
Which is what you did and what I'm saying. So the same thing. She's wearing white and she has weave on. So you judged her before you
Hold on, let me just say this real quick. She came up disrespectful. She told us to go home.
What are you preaching?
But she told
What
us
are you
to go
talking
home.
about though? Okay, so you're offended? Let me tell you something. Here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about your message you're preaching, okay? It's bigger than you. If you're gonna come down to your human level and be offended by someone who's not open to your message, you were offended because he had a rebuttal. And he disrespected her. No, he disrespected her. He did. He did. Okay, so
We didn't chase
human
her.
beings.
We didn't chase
Human
her.
beings, you're flawed. And what the ideal.
One thing.
Hey,
I just don't understand why.
I forgot. Throw it.
I just don't understand why it's acceptable for a woman to just say anything to you, but you can't say anything
Say
back.
what you want to say, brother. Say what you want to say.
Feminism.
You got the
It
floor.
sounds like feminism.
No, nah, y'all got it twisted. Say what you want to say.
You can say what you want to say.
Let him say. He got the floor.
You can say what you want to say.
No. You got the floor. You can say what you want
You
to say.
can say what you want to say, but I ain't always
You can say
have
what
to
you
say
want to
that.
say.
Rack 25.
You're right. You're right. As a human, for her to say something to you, you have the right as a human.
You do.
Let's go.
You cannot evangelize and you
Not
cannot preach
evangelize.
this if your human flaw comes into factor, and when she talks to you, you cannot take it and let it roll off your back. You cannot rebuttal her. You cannot check her, and you cannot judge her. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So let the human part of you dissolve, okay?
That's
let the human part of you dissolve.
this is why people destroy.
You let it go. That's it.
That's why
You
what?
believe in
That's
the-
why
you
people
believe in the
destroy,
Most High?
man. Because there's no, you can't have civil dialogue. You can't have civil dialogue. It's not civil. It's not civil dialogue. We being talked over.
And you will appeal.
You don't respect the man of your nation, man. It's simple.
I respect every one of you here. You know why? Because you are a black man doing something. I'm gonna
But we don't have the
respect
opportunity to
You're
speak.
Seventh-day Adventist.
I
Keep the floor. What you mean?
Your woman, your girl, your homegirl.
Excuse me,
talking over.
sister. That's all you gotta say. Excuse me, sister. That's your sister, right? Is that not your sister? That's not your sister?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I will believe in what I do say.
If we can't have a civil conversation,
No.
If
Did
we
you
can't have a
try to
civil
quiet her?
conversation, huh?
Did you try to quiet her?
Yeah, I tried to have a conversation with her.
Excuse me, sister. Let me speak. Everybody has a right to speak. Are you kidding me?
I didn't
I
tell
will
you.
always give you the floor.
If we had the right to speak, why would we told to
Bring the
go
scriptures
home?
out.
You want to come?
You're going back to some backwards shit.
This
Why
is
you going
Sirach chapter
backwards?
25, verse
Let's go,
16.
Ruthie.
I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than to keep house with a wicked woman. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkness her
Wickedness of a
countenance
woman?
Let him
like
talk. He got his
sackcloth.
plea. He got his
Her
plea.
husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. All the wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner
The woman
fall
is
upon
evil.
her.
Let him talk.
And men fall to the wickedness of
Okay,
the
let me ask you this.
Good
Let me
night.
ask you this.
Sirach
Hold
chapter.
on. Hold for a second.
Sirach chapter.
I need to know what y'all ladies
Hear me.
need.
Close for a second. For a second.
Sirach chapter 26, verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
If I don't believe in that book, why does it matter to me?
That's fine.
I don't give a fuck.
That's fine. That's fine. He can have his. I respect everybody's viewpoint. I respect everybody's
I'm doing it right
standpoint.
now. I'm shameless right now.
You're
How?
shameless. That's
I want to
fine.
know what them
How?
scriptures
Let's go. They don't matter.
Is it my new to you?
They want to
No, I don't know.
Who
don't.
are you?
I mean, it don't matter after their actions, but
okay, so what have
at
you
the end of the day, their words.
It boggles my mind. You have a book.
Big up.
You were born in a person.
It's 911.
One line.
There's no line.
Let me say one line.
One power black man.
No, I'm gonna leave this one thing. Listen to me, black men. You were born. There's certain things that you learn and you acquire over time. Knowledge. You know what gray hair knowledge is. You learn it because it's tangible in the earth, okay? This is a book, so you were born and someone gave you a book and they told you that this one book is right, okay? Close the book for a second. Humble yourself for a second. Don't be self-righteous for a second. No, I'm just telling you.
It's all started about
you are
a white man's religion, but we need to humble down.
Why are you offended?
The white man gave it to you.
You're telling us we need to humble down.
Who else gave it to you but the white
y'all
man?
should just enjoy y'all.
Ain't nobody else gave it to you but the white man.
If you don't have the strength of a soldier, no. If you don't have the strength of a soldier, no, I'm talking.
The white man during slavery. Who else gave you the Bible? Nobody else. What's a white man during slavery?
Do you have proof? Say that again.
Baby, let me tell you something. Let me tell you the scariest thing you could do.
Slavery.
Put your Bible down. Let me tell you something scary. Trust me. Put your Bibles down.
The white man wouldn't give it to you.
And get to know yourself. And your
Nobody want to know how to do
I want to ask
why
her.
do you want to know worse about women?
I want to ask
Why do
her.
you know worse about women?
I want to ask her a question.
Statements, but she's not proving
So we should.
What do you mean? I'm not proving nothing. The white man gave you the Bible. That is public knowledge.
All right, this is the white man. This is the white man's book,
This is
right?
the white man's book.
So what? All right.
King James.
Whatever you want to believe.
Okay, whatever. That's cool.
You got the King James version
All right, that's cool.
of the Bible.
Let me tell you
Let me ask you-
something. Whatever you have
And the
on,
white man didn't give you the Bible.
deep down, there's a
Let me ask
person
you a
in you
Let me
who
ask you a
likes to
question.
suck, who likes to curse,
What
who
should we
likes to
be
play video
following?
games.
Yourself. Yourself.
Respect yourself.
This is for edification of the camera. This is King James.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
King James.
We should follow ourselves, right?
Exactly.
So what are you? Where you from? What's your heritage?
They say Jesus was black too.
I'm a part of you, black man.
No.
I'm a part of you.
I mean,
If I'm a part of you, hold up.
I'm talking to her.
I'm about to say, if I'm a part of you, why would you spit on me?
I'm talking to her.
Why would you spit on me? This is your sister right here. You won't even call her your sister.
I never said. I didn't say that.
You was
African descent. Before the white man came to Africa, we did not have the Bible.
Then okay.
We followed
What do we have?
we followed other religions, but we did not follow the Bible.
What
The
religion?
white man came and gave you the Bible, took your land,
What
took your
I
freedom,
understand that.
and gave you the Bible.
I understand that. Wait, hold on.
James, by the way.
What religion now?
Yeah, he looks.
We
Hold on.
Wait.
But who took this picture? Who made this picture?
That's cool. They don't believe that. Don't believe that.
But we don't know.
What
right? We don't know. That's the hard part.
What religion should we follow?
Wikipedia said that's what he looks like. We don't know.
What should we follow?
I like this shit. I like that you come in with
one
pizza.
question.
Hold on. Let's get back to it.
He come, yo, that's stroll on up.
Is that what's all about? Pizza. I knew it. It's about the pizza. That's how y'all get such a good gathering. Because of the pizza.
Took your land, took your freedom, and gave you the Bible. And now here you are.
I want to hear her answer though. I really
Preaching
do.
the Bible. Goodbye.
So now how y'all gonna tell us this white man book, but she
It's not about a
can't?
religion.
What do you mean?
Seriously, I have a
History
question.
books. What's the question?
Wait, let it go.
How do you all have such a strong bond that
My
brings
question
you all
is-
here in one place?
You only knew.
We're black. That's why. We're black.
At one time.
Step out of our conversation right now.
No, I love that. I love that. I love that.
No.
One time.
We're not teaching a religion.
You're ready to learn.
So my question is this. We're not teaching a religion. We are teaching a religion. All right, we believe it, right? All right, look. Listen, we believe it.
You guys are one. Whatever you guys do.
I understand that. My question is,
We have so many different.
according to y'all, this is the white man's book, and this is what we believe. We don't know. So my question is,
Learn this.
we're in America, we're in the United States. I identity? What is our identity? So what should we go back to get ourselves in order?
I
really want her to answer. That's what go ahead.
Right.
I was
He had a question. He said, well, why did he interrupt the conversation? Why? We don't even have the same fucking views. It don't matter. It don't matter. We as black people that's right here. We all as black people right here cannot be on one thing. I don't know.
Because I want you to ask this specific question.
I want to know why we all here.
give a fuck what he got to say. I talked to a lot
What
of
the
people.
fuck are we drinking? What are we fucking drinking? Are we weird? No, we don't have the same views here. These niggas can't call me my sister. I'm not your sister.
I've talked to a lot of people.
I feel like you're my brother.
But it comes down to
Fuck that.
everyone's afraid.
I know it. Everybody over here. I'm trying to figure out why she'll be in the middle of that.
They ain't got nothing to do with us.
You came out here like a stranger.
What religion comes down to is where are we going to come to God? Nothing is
really in there.
That's not what this is about.
It is no trusting.
I'm not going to trust you because I read this front and back. I can tell you what it is. That's not what this is about.
They said she got the right.
What is it about? It's not about where you end up.
I'm about to tell you what it's about. There's a book called
They're not
Genesis,
wrong for saying
which
that.
is raised on the creation of the earth, all the way down to the family line that starts with Adam and Eve, all the way down to this man named Jacob and Israel.
How does it relate to you?
Because we're Israel. This is our land.
Both of them was making the same.
I appreciate that. This is a topic of conversation. I appreciate the fact that me being gay is a topic of conversation.
So I'm gonna look at you as a brown man. I'm not gonna look at you and say, well, you know what? He's God.
I'm the children. I'm of the children of Israel. My tribe is the tribe of Benjamin. Okay.
But then
What we're telling people is so-called Negroes and American Hispanics are Israelites. So you should go back to your heritage, the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High gave you, and then according to those.
what is
The Most High God, creator of everything out here. Okay? I don't need to. I can see all of this is created. You telling me this came from nothing?
It's not telling you that I'm your sister.
Okay. We know it came from somebody. Right?
You picked one to choose. That's what I'm saying.
So she said we should go back.
When I was 7 minutes,
Listen. I'm not talking about 7 minutes. I'm talking about Africa. Let's talk about Africa. Okay? Y'all said this is a white man book, right?
You're right. You got me in there.
White man gave us this, right? So why can't you tell me what we should go back to in Africa?
Why would she have to tell me that?
Because she should know that this is the white man book.
No, you're saying is, what you're saying is, give me an answer alternative to my answer.
No, I'm telling you how should I live.
She doesn't know.
No, I'm asking.
She doesn't know.
But then how's she gonna tell us?
She's telling you you're wrong.
You haven't even studied Africa. I can tell you about the Yoruba, or the Ashanti, or the Igbo. You can't tell me nothing about Africa, so how can you tell me the white man gave me this? Do you know what we were studying in Africa?
Igbo
Do you know?
pronunciation of Hebrew.
We were the Igbo, the Ashanti, the Yoruba. Do you know any of them tribes?
Do you know?
Yes, I know. I'm telling you.
From reading.
Yes, I know.
Something that someone else wrote before you were born.
Well, then what are we to do?
Wait!
Wait,
Pick something else. Know that your truth, not everybody's true.
But then how's she gonna tell me what I am?
Because that's her truth. But
Okay.
don't batter somebody and
No,
berate somebody because that's really what you believe in.
First again, it's Sirach 11:7. Understand first and then
Stop
rebuke.
referencing something else.
No.
This is what I'm saying. No.
I don't. No. You don't. What you don't understand is.
No, have an argument one-on-one.
What you do not.
Don't reference something that came before you.
It don't make sense.
Don't reference something that came before you. It doesn't make sense.
You don't make sense to talk to you.
It does make sense.
You don't make
What do you
sense.
know as a human being?
I just told you.
You don't know that. You believe
Sirach,
it.
listen
There's a
to me.
difference.
Listen to
There's
me.
a difference.
So do I need to
You don't
believe?
know it.
No. Listen to
No, you
this.
don't know
Listen
it.
to this. Do I need to believe, understand first, and then rebuke? Do I need to believe that? Or do I need to know? Now listen. Do I need to know from experience that in order for me to understand what you're saying, I need to understand you first and then correct you?
Yeah.
Is that no? Is that something that I have to believe? Is it something I have to believe? What I just said. No. Is that something that I have to believe? What I just said. Do I need to believe in order for us to have a conversation? I need to understand you first and then correct you. Do I have to believe that? Do I know that by experience?
What you have to do is...
No. I'm talking to her. That's going over there. That's a question.
But she was talking to you.
I'm talking to her because she answered.
Yeah.
Is that something that I need to believe? I know you don't want to answer it because no, I don't need. It's something that I don't need to believe. I can know by experience, right? So then the precept is true to life. It's not that I'm taking that I can't think for myself. I'm just reading it out of a book for you to understand. But I don't have to not think for myself. It's clearly there. Yes. Yes. I just told you, understand first and then rebuke. I just told you that.
Where does rebuke come from?
Rebuke means to correct.
We're human beings. Correct.
Why would you correct me about what?
Who are you
correcting y'all? Because y'all, obviously y'all don't know anything about Africa.
What makes you right? What makes you right over me?
You couldn't even answer my question. When I asked you what should we do, you couldn't even answer.
Whatever book you have that make you want to disrespect your sister, you're wrong.
Hey, your sister shouldn't have disrespected us first. These women, something wrong with these women, man. Something wrong. They feel like you can't check them. If a woman says something to you, you can't check her. Because we live in America, in a feminist-ass country. Going against Sirach chapter 25, man.
I got a quick one for you real quick. This is Micah chapter 7, verse 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets.
Exactly. Because that's what they are. They're your enemies. You don't come tell us about this, the white man's book. And then when a brother says something back to her, it's like, oh, well, you can never check a sister. Who the fuck says you can never check a woman? You gonna tell us that, but you got the right to check a man? Who the fuck said that shit? Oh, we got a book? Well, you got that shit from the so-called white man. You didn't read the shit in the book because everybody just told you that shit. But guess what? That feminism started in a fucking book.
And if I can say this too, that word feminist, faith means faith, minus means less. So a feminist is faithless, man. And that's what these women are, man.
Kind of also, I can say this. When I replied to her and talked about, her having the hair and the white dress, it was to just point out her hypocrisy. First and foremost, I don't know of a white person on this planet. She had on a white dress. There's nobody that looks like that, like her dress on this planet. Not only that, if you're supposed to be so pro-black, why are you not honoring your ethnic hair, but you're covering it up with all kind of hair that you got from the Chinese man and the Moabites in the Chinese store?
And you got
so these women are outrageous, man.
All out here looking like a big ass goddamn truck.
Made all those statements, and she was the mouthpiece.
But that's the problem, man. These women think they could say anything to you, and then you gotta accept it. But guess what? We ain't like that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you're a woman. If you come disrespectful, you're gonna be disrespected. That's just the bottom line. Now, if it was us and we said that type of shit to each other, it wouldn't be a problem with them. For a man and a man to disrespect, or it wasn't a problem for her to disrespect what we were doing or us by saying it's a white man religion and we need to go home. But then when we say something back, it's a fucking problem. Give me that in Jeremiah, Isaiah chapter 3 real quick.
I got it. Isaiah chapter 3 verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
Start up 2 verses.
Isaiah chapter 3 verse 10. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him.
Right.
Verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path.
These women. Now, the other week we went into the old paths.
I thought that I was the Levi. I mean, what you call it? Where's Levi? I thought that I was Levi, not the Haitian. I thought Jamaicans was the Levi's.
Jamaican suspension.
Really?
Yeah, but
I'm gonna have to go check her out.
Read that last one again, that last part again.
This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path.
Now, we told a couple weeks, like a week or two ago, about the old path being the truth. Now, you got these women that will lead you out of this. Here this chick gonna tell us about it's the white man's book. When you ask her, okay, whatever, you say this is what we believe, we don't know this. Okay, that's cool. Okay, you say this is the white man's book. Okay, that's cool. Well, where should we go? What's our way? What's our path? What are we? She got no fucking answer. That bitch said basically do as thou will.
Yeah.
Basically do as thou will. So I guess we should go ahead and follow after the so-called white man and his devil worship and do what the hell we want to.
This is Job chapter 39 verse 17. Because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding.
Because that's a woman of no understanding, man. Now, when you read about what was Daniel? What book is that with Daniel when he went into judgment? Two wicked ass judges trying to have sex with Susanna. When you read Susanna, it says Susanna, mother and father raised her in the law, man. She is a woman of understanding. Well, you see these women out here that walking around out here, they ain't got no damn understanding, man. But you walk around with the white man, you telling us about the white man book, but you got the white man shit on your head, man. Out here all big and fucked up because you eating a white man food. Dead ass though, man. Dead ass though, man.
The camera didn't pick it up, but when that Edomite came up with the pizza, that's the spirit of YAHAWASHI, how he works, because she after talking all that shit, she realized that her friends was a bunch of coons. And she started, you sure what she was saying in the corner? Like, oh, why he came and interrupted our conversation? I don't care what that white man got to say. Because she even realized that her friends humbled themselves down to that Edomite, but then rebelled against us. And she stayed in the corner and stayed silent.
Them bitches ain't gonna make it in the kingdom, man. The most I don't want no shit like that in the kingdom, man. So you brothers out there, if you like shit like that, that shit ain't coming in the kingdom, man.
They all sin the flesh right now. They all sin.
That shit ain't coming in. That's why they say black woman is the #1 single woman in America. Nobody wants to deal with that shit. Most black women is like that, man. Nobody want to deal with that shit, man. That hypocrisy about that's the white man religion. That's the white man book. Like I said, you got the white man hair in your head. You got the white man body with that fat ass, eating all the white man food and shit. Like, come on, man. Talking about that hypocrisy shit, man.
Proverbs chapter 9, verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing.
Right, they talk too fucking much, man. Shut the hell up. You're not even supposed to be talking up there, man. Tell us, man. You can't tell us shit. Bitch, you don't even know nothing. You gonna tell us what we shouldn't follow when you can't even give us the solution of what to follow then. You gonna tell us who we not, and it's a white man's book, but you can't even tell us what we are. You can't even go back to Africa. You can't even tell me shit about Africa, but you gonna tell us, man. You can't even name one damn tribe. We should just follow whatever we want to follow. Follow yourself. Come on, man. That's dumb shit, man.
This is going into what she was talking about. The white man wrote the book. This is Psalms chapter 68, verse 11. The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it.
Right. The Most High gave the word, man. And all the scriptures is inspired by the Most High. We don't need somebody that, like some white dude to come tell us, yeah, you know, Jesus Christ existed. You know, there's a God. I don't need for the Most High to come down out of heaven and stand in front of me and say, I exist, motherfucker. I don't need that. Right. I see all the stuff he created. I see the prophecies in the scriptures. I see that we as a people still here, and these motherfuckers tried to straight kill us, man, and murder us all.
This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1.
Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen.
Right. You don't need the Most High to come down and stand in front of you. Only fleshly people need like shit like people like that. Person money, they don't be knowing shit. They listen to Sonetta or some shit. Yeah. And hear goddamn one of them dumbass motherfuckers on there say, yeah, that's the white man book. They ain't got no fucking proof that it's the white man book. Should I say Kemet is the white man book? Because the white man got the goddamn Book of the Dead too. That nigga went down there and dug up King Tut. Damn sure wasn't no nigga that did it. So you gonna tell me that's the white man book too, the Book of the Dead? That's some stupid shit, man. The white man gave us that book of slavery. So the fuck what? This shit been around way before slavery. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 4 verse 22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding.
No understanding at all. All y'all want to do is walk around, do goddamn makeup, do hair, go to the fucking club every week, and have some niggas looking at you every fucking week so you can feel good about yourself. Right. The same dumbass niggas that come out every week to the club and buy J's every chance they get and don't invest nothing in their fucking knowledge, man. Same bitch gonna tell us about this, be the same bitch who's goddamn 6 kids from 8 different niggas, man. But you gonna tell us about what we should do and who we are.
She could have been pregnant.
That wasn't pregnant. She was pregnant with a fucking pizza, man. Exactly. He's right though. That was a fucking yeast stomach, man. Cause she don't know how to properly eat a diet, but she gonna tell us not to fucking read books. Fucking stupid.
And then stood over there and said, "I know the truth."
But couldn't tell us.
That's what I'm saying. That's fucking clamorous ass women, man.
And the crazy part about it, they didn't expect that though for me to, because they so used to these feminine ass niggas that would just say, "Okay, baby, I'm sorry." That shit shocked the shit out of me just now. A woman. To see a so-called black man bounce back on their ass. They're not used to that.
Hell, man, look.
I just may be able to read it. It is Rock 26 and 11. It said, watch over impudent eye and marvel not if she trespass against thee.
Yeah, man.
That should come as no surprise, man.
They shouldn't even be walking around. That 26 go all over the ass, man. 25 and 26, man.
I got a quick one real quick. This is 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
Exactly. And that's most of these women walking around out here, man. That's why, like, the #1 heart disease, all these fucking diseases, #1 that get abortion, #1 single, overeducated is these black women, man. Cause you the only one out here that don't respect your man, dog. Right. All other nations, they women respect their men. They listen to their men. They women respect their men. They honor their men. You the only one out here that don't do it. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. In that day the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their caws and their round tires like the moon. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the leg, and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of a well-set hair, baldness. And instead of a stomach gird, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty.
That's what they gonna get, man. The Most High gonna. That's cool, you know. She could think this shit is whatever she can want to think it is, man. You know, when that time come, it ain't gonna be easy for women out here. Y'all gonna know the meaning of needing a fucking man. You can't dial 911 to come help you.